Hello and welcome back to another vlog with me, Jamster. Yeah, I don't think I probably will eventually. It will take a while before I get used to seeing myself do that. Bit weird. Um, this past week's been pretty interesting. I've started uni again, so I'm a third year mechatronics engineering student. Now, if you don't know what mechatronics is, simply put, it's basically a combination of electrical, mechanical, and software engineering, all put into one. It's pretty cool. It's sort of, I guess, a robotics field. It's not exactly. It depends on what industry you wind up in, because mechatronics is just around the world. Like you find mechatronics just everywhere. Basically, wherever there's a mechanical, electrical, and software system, a mechatronics engineer could be there. They don't actually have to be. You could actually just hire three different other people, and it'd probably actually be better because mechatronics isn't as in depth as the other fields. Like if you're a dedicated electrical engineer, you know electronics really bloody well, so you shouldn't stuff up with it. Whereas mechatronics, I might know some of the electronics, whereas I at least have knowledge of how mechanical systems and software systems work as well, so I can integrate them a lot better than an electronics engineer. I'm not saying that they can't. It's actually pretty much, if you're any engineer, you can probably do it, because it's just a matter of learning the other stuff, which, if you're good at engineering in any form, you're probably able to do any of the other engineering fields, except for maybe chemistry. Chemical engineering is probably the most different, I think. Everything else is very similar. Like electronics engineering is very similar to software engineering, and software and electronic engineering, and mechanical engineering. They're all very, very similar, sort of. Not really, but I guess I can't really explain it. But I have here with me a fun little thing. So it's only been 1 week, but I've already had to produce some pretty cool stuff. So this thing is, I don't know if it can do it. Maybe if I push it forwards a bit, or if I turn off this light. 'Cause I think it's a bit too bright. There we go. So you can see there's on this side, this little thing here. It's a little LED light bar that's fully programmed, or not programmed, but that this chip is. And you can see that this little light bar is counting down in binary from 64 all the way down to 0, and that's all it does. It's a bit hard to tell. The bottom down here is so it starts at the 0th bit and it goes down. So if you know anything about binary, you can probably see it counting down. It's not great. And then we have this fantastic little switch here, or not switch, joystick, which at the moment only really acts as a button. But if I press it, it should speed up a little bit. I can just keep pressing it a bunch of times. I do have a little bug in my code at the moment, but it's fully programmed, and it's pretty cool. It's basic. It is week 1. I mean, obviously, if you haven't done any of this stuff before, it doesn't seem basic. But this stuff is not horribly complicated, I guess. It's fun. Yeah. Obviously, I'm at uni now. I've got a pretty good semester actually. For the next 6 months, with uni, I will have 2 days off a week plus Saturday and Sunday. So YouTube should be fairly solid. That didn't help. The camera angle, screw it. I don't like the sort of like bald patch that it makes. It's not really that it's bald. It's just, but anyway, it's all sort of condensed onto one side. So obviously I'm at uni. The YouTube schedule should be pretty good. I think I can maintain it fairly well. I don't know. I hope I can. I'll aim to. I think I can do it. But if there are, unexpected outages of videos, I would say uni is the reason for it. Makes sense that it is, I guess. Not much else I can do if it happens. It's just the way it is. So I found out that this cough is, I think, based on the food that I eat. So if you watch more of the recent Azercraft videos, I don't think I cough much in it because I didn't eat any really really salty food. So I went to the movies and watched Deadpool today. I guess yesterday now. It's a bit late for today, but because I had popcorn and I think there's the salt in it, it's just irritating my throat. It's a bit strange. I don't know exactly what it caused it, but it doesn't seem to be like an actual virus-based thing or a bacterial thing, unless bacteria really like salt. But yeah, it's not horribly bad. For the most part, I'm not coughing, which is great compared to I think what was it? I think from like episode 1 to 22 of the Command and Conquer series, I at least cough once in each of those episodes. Maybe there's one that I don't. But it's pretty good. YouTube going pretty good. I'm enjoying it quite a lot. It's a lot of fun to record. The Azercraft series, I really enjoy. The community on that server is just amazing, and you should see not tomorrow, but the next Azercraft, or not tomorrow, not today's Azercraft series video. The video that comes out today for Azercraft will not be the one I'm talking about, but the next one is where it really highlights the community style that's on the server. It's a really nice community to be on, and I don't know, it's a lot of fun. I am actually enjoying it. It's nice to be on a Minecraft server where there's not much horrible crap happening. No hackers really. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So obviously, uni is happening. So I've got that. If people are interested in seeing this kind of stuff, I guess I might maybe do videos on that. But it's nothing crazy like. If you've seen electronic stuff before, I'm not doing anything horribly complicated. Typically with uni, unless you're doing a project, you don't come up with new stuff. You do stuff that everyone else would, who's done that sort of things. Or even if you have a basic knowledge of electronics, this stuff is fairly straightforward. Unless it's a combination of things for this one. This particular thing that I showed you before is electronic and electronic and software. That's all it has. Although later down the line, I have some mechanical components that are added to it. So, in a sense, this is a pretty much sort of mechatronic system eventually, which is easy. I don't know. Maybe I'll give you updates on how the uni stuff is going. Other than uni stuff, I recorded an episode of a new series. It's not going to be a long one, I don't think. But the aim is to have it go out between the Azercraft episodes, and hopefully Command and Conquer will be back this week coming up. I've had a lot of issues with my computer mouse, and obviously like the last Command and Conquer video, I had to record it like a lot of times, and it's sort of, I think I just lost a little bit of interest in the game, just in general. But the new series that will be coming out is on Lethis Path of Progress. It's an impressionist city builder. I believe that's what it's called. And I just love it. I absolutely love it. Although, in the first campaign mission, I think I complain a lot about it. But it's one of those things where you love it so much that if they just fixed a few issues, it would be so much better. Jesus. It's not a shame. Like, overall, it's a good game. I really like it. I recommend, if you like city builders, taking a look at it. It's on Steam. And I don't know if it's on its own website, if you can download it individually, but I really enjoyed it. I've played through the first mission and the second mission. Recorded the first mission. Second mission I played through before I started recording, and it's just great. It's a really Fun game. You can sink just endless hours into it. I tried to do some voice acting. I suck at it. I just, it's more of the I get nervous trying to come up with voices. I get worried that it's gonna sound so stupid. It's not even that. I think it's more of a I end up finding it funny before I say it. It's like I imagine the voice, and then I find that voice so funny that I don't say it. It's like when you try and say a joke, but you already found the joke funny, so you're laughing at your own joke, and you can't actually spit it out because you just can't not laugh at it. Um, that sort of is what happens with me in voice acting. It's like I imagine what I want it to be, and then it just sounds so stupid in my mind. I find it funny, and I just cannot say it. It doesn't. The words don't come out of my mouth. It's kind of funny in its own right. I find it funny. It just makes like I think I spent like 5 minutes just staring at a screen, trying to say some words, and just gave up. But you'll see that soon. It'll be out, I guess, tomorrow, in terms of when this video comes out. So yeah, but it is fun. I don't think it'll be super long. I will be breaking the missions down into multiple parts because I think the first one alone took me about an hour, and an hour straight on YouTube it's a lot. I think one of the Command and Conquer videos I uploaded, it was an hour long. I think actually the final Chinese mission from the Generals, the original Generals, not the expansion, because I haven't done Chinese, took me an hour, and it's not that it's bad, it's just when it comes to uploading it to YouTube, it takes a really long time. Like a 30-minute video takes about an hour and a half, I think. 10 minutes, probably about an hour. It depends on the sort of time of day. Like I upload everything at about overnight, which means generally like the Australian population is not going to be using the internet. So when you're using it, you don't get as much. There's not as much strain on the system, I guess. So you get a bit better speeds and it uploads a bit faster. Which is why if something goes wrong, it just means nothing goes out for that day, because for me to upload a video in the middle of the day, it's got two issues. I can't use the internet whilst it's uploading, and I mean, that's just a pain in the ass. It's like I need to be able to use the internet when I'm uploading stuff, so that's sometimes why videos just don't come out. They just something goes wrong, they don't upload properly, whatever happens. Sometimes, like a couple times, Windows just decide to update, which I can't really prevent that, especially with Windows 10. Not that I'm saying Windows 10 is bad. I actually really think Windows 10, if you haven't upgraded to it, unless you know specifically that you've got problems with it, just upgrade. I mean, a few people have had issues. Like I've had a few friends where, for some reason, their computers can't handle it. I think that's more of an issue with the actual Windows installing it. It bugged out than anything. But Windows 10 overall, like I'm able to run games and play things and do things that I couldn't do. For instance, recording these, just recording in general on YouTube. This laptop that I've got should not be able to do it in theory, but it does, and it does it pretty damn well. Like for a laptop, it does a lot. And to put into perspective, I believe this laptop cost me $800, and I got it when I started uni, or before I started uni, like a couple months, like the Christmas before. It was a sort of like going to uni gift kind of thing, and that was 2014, I think, end of 2013 that I got this computer. So it's coming up 2 and a bit years old now. And it is running things that, in theory, it shouldn't. I don't imagine you can get this laptop anymore, but far out. It is an amazing laptop. Like, I'm hoping that soon I'll be upgrading to an actual desktop computer, and in which case, recording will be so much better. This webcam in particular, I don't know what's going to happen there. I may actually go out and buy a webcam. Not a webcam, but some sort of camera that's much better quality. Like you can see, like let me try and point there. but it's really hard to tell. Like anyway, you can see sort of like that's weird, like sort of blue, red, green dots. I don't actually know if that comes out in the video, but on the OBS preview screen it does. So I imagine generally it's pretty good. It's yeah. Um, and I think obviously like if you can't tell Doctor Who back there, I am a Doctor Who fan. I actually didn't. I wasn't a fan until I think late 2014, or actually maybe even last year, to be honest. Um, like I just never had watched it before. It wasn't until a friend showed me, and I think I watched all of the new series up until I think basically Matt Smith's last season. Um, yeah, actually that would be it. I watched all of it in about 2 weeks, which I think that's like 6 or 7 series of it, and I think each of them at least have 10 to 20 episodes in them. So it's easily like almost 100 episodes. I mean, some people obviously they binge watch and they can watch like I don't know entire TV show series that are like 20 seasons long in like a week, but they don't sleep and they don't live in that period of time. I mean, it's good and bad binge watching shit. It really is. On one hand, you catch up, and on the other hand, you forget everything. So, if someone asked me what happened on a specific Doctor Who episode, I would not be able to tell you. I can tell you the stuff that happens in what's his name? I'm actually trying to remember the current Doctor's name, or not his name, but the real his actor's name. Um, it's completely evaded me. I know that it's Peter Capaldi. That's it. I remember most of his episodes. Like not everything. Like no one could remember. Well, I suppose people could, but it's something that I don't remember very well. Like I don't remember any songs ever. I say that. I remember them if I hear them. I don't remember them to just sort of bring them up, unless they're really really catchy. Then they just get stuck in my head. So, and I only remember maybe like 5 lines of the lyrics, and that will repeat for an entire day. It's not even the whole song. It'll just be like a small segment, repeats for 24 hours a day, which is just annoying and good in some ways. But as always, I end up rambling on like crazy in these vlogs, and I will see you guys next time. Or next Sunday, I guess. Some of you will be Saturday, so it's sort of confusing actually. That's another. I guess I'll just keep going. I mean, I was gonna end it, but it's sort of a strange thing, doing this sort of YouTube stuff. Like, for instance, I know that Zershade, and I don't think he's appeared in a Craft episode yet, but soon. Cyber Colonel? Why do I say Colonel? Cyber Colonel also appears in some episodes, or he appears in a couple. I appear in his second or third episode for a very brief second. It was a bit awkward. I didn't know what to say because he was recording, and then I just sort of went mind blank on it, and he started talking to me, and I was trying to be quiet because he was talking to his own audience. And I didn't want to interrupt him, and then suddenly he's like, "Oh, we've got a guest." And I didn't know what to say. I wasn't prepared. Basically, I was just sort of there listening, and so I'm sort of like pretty awkward in that. But you can watch it. You should watch the series. It's a bit of a different structure to mine. His is more of a he's making progress a lot faster in his episodes because instead of showing everything in between, or most of it, I should say, he's sort of doing a more of a episodic, not episodic, but more of a update sort of thing. So he might do like an hour's worth of gameplay, and then record for 5 minutes, sort of showing what's happened, stop recording, record another hour of gameplay, and so he gets a lot done in one episode, compared to me where I end up just dicking around and just getting completely lost. It's horrible with me. I don't know what it is. I start recording and it's just like I had a goal, and then I just don't have a goal, and or if I have a goal and then suddenly that goal seems unachievable, I then just get lost. I can't seem to like be able to set myself a new goal. Although I think it'll be better in the future episodes because now that I'm better at editing, or I say better, the time-lapse video that I released had a big black segment in it. I don't even know what happened there. That was a combination of I use Lightworks to do my video editing, and what happened there was I edited the video and I set up so that the particular bit of video where I time lapsed, I set it up so that it recorded or it played back at 200 or 400% speed. It was a lot faster basically. And what happened was instead of going, okay, the video is now just gotten shorter, the Lightworks just left it the same length, and then fast forwarded the video and then just filled the rest with black. That's what it did. And so you just end up looking at it. If you were to watch the whole thing, you get to just listen to music, which was, I think, just a looping song. That was it? No, I don't think it was. Something. I think one of them. I just have a looping song that was about 20 seconds long, and I pasted it in about 400 times. And then I realized it was just a bad idea. But it's what stuck. It's what stuck. So I think that's either the time-lapse one or the next one that comes out, which is the silent montage thing that I did because I stuffed up 2 recordings, which I think I explain it. I voiced overed it, but it was not easy voiceovering something I've already recorded. I can definitely say that now. It was just not easy at all. But overall, I think I'm getting better with video editing. So you should see, and maybe not like significant results now, but like maybe a month from now, and I assume I'll still be recording as a craft for the next couple months, or at least it'll be coming out for the next couple months. I might finish playing, by the end of next month. To be honest, I don't know. It depends on how much I get to play and how much I record. But I'm expecting probably like at the rate I'm going. It's looking like it'll take maybe 100 to 200 episodes just to get to like towards the end of it, because I think I've done like 10, 20 hours already on the server. I've recorded maybe 6 hours of it, and of the other bunch of hours that I've been on, I've just been mining or exploring, or just hanging out with some of the other people on the server. That's generally what I do when I'm not recording. But it's just my progress is really bad. I think part of me wants to hope if I get a new computer soon that I could play hopefully if that happens, I would buy another Minecraft account, because what I could do is I could set up like a sort of camera that could just follow me around, and so I could make a lot of progress in one episode. Or for instance, one of the things I keep finding myself frustrated with is not building structures, or not expanding structures, because when I'm playing and recording, there is a somewhat terrible thing that happens. Just looking at the hovel that I made, it's so bad. But like for instance, one of the things I really want to do is create a castle that goes around a particular thing. I don't want to spoil it because I just realized it. I was gonna say it, but then I realized you haven't seen it yet. But you'll see it. Not tomorrow. The Azzacraft episode that comes out next. You'll see it, and it will be glorious. I really love it. All I can say is that Zershade did it. That Zershade made this particular thing, and it's just fantastic. I love it. It is the particular highlight of the community, I think. And it's pretty small. I'd like it to grow, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe if it gets too big, it wouldn't feel so. You you wouldn't have the interactions that are sort of going on at the moment, where I'm sort of always running around looking at other people's bases, going, "Oh, look, they've done some cool stuff." So, yeah. Um, Another thing I think I want to mention before I finish, so if you haven't looked at if you look at the right of your screen, you'll see or if you're looking at my channel, not my, if I don't think it shows up on the videos, um, you'll see Zershade's channel and Cyber Kernel's channel, both highlighted on the right there. So you can go watch their videos. Zershade doesn't have any videos up yet. I don't know if they ever plan on actually posting to YouTube, but you can go through the channel and then you can look at the Twitch, or you can follow me on Twitter, and you can also, Zershade and Cyber Kernel. We all sort of interact with each other, not frequently at the moment. It sort of depends. Some days, there'll be a couple of tweets between us, and other days just none. But you can definitely keep up with us there. For just any updates on that, either especially Azercraft related stuff, you'll find that stuff there. And Zershade does stream the Azercraft stuff. I don't know when they last streamed. I think they had issues with it, so they haven't streamed for a little bit. But I imagine it'll be picking up soon enough. I've watched a few of the streams myself. Then Zershade's pretty interesting to watch. I watch it because Zershade's just good at Britannia, and I'm trying to learn Britannia. So, in fact, I think Zershade's actually committed some of the code to Britannia. I don't know what exactly it is, but Zershade's also working on a sort of game engine for a game that I think they actually plan on making as well. So that will be pretty interesting. I actually really want to see what happens. And if the game ever gets developed or anything, I'll definitely post and record stuff about it, because it's interesting, and I feel like I like to give back to Zershade in a sense, because Zershade has actually enabled a lot of, they've enabled Azercraft for me. Without that, I don't think I'd have any Minecraft recordings at the moment. It'd be either purely Command and Conquer, which obviously I've had issues with, so the channel would just be idle at the moment, or I don't know what would be recorded, but either way, it just, Azercraft is a lot of fun, and I reckon if I had any way to give back to Zershade, I would. Maybe in the future, I don't know, but definitely appreciate what Zershade has enabled for me. It's great. It's very rare that you just sometimes if you look in the Minecraft forums, you definitely will find lots of sort of similar things to what Zershade offers, which is if you're recording, come join them. It's under the Minecraft forums video help, I believe, or video series help, which is under show your creation, I think, if you were to look at it. I might post a link if I remember, probably won't, but particularly there are lots of groups who do it, but I don't know. I think I hit the jackpot really with with Azercraft and Zershade server, because it's just such a friendly community. Like, some of the other ones are probably just as friendly, but I don't know. I think this one in particular is just great. Even if it's hosted in wherever it is, it's US or Canada, I don't know. I don't care, to be honest. I can play it on it, and it lags a little bit. I think I'd put that more down to the fact that the distance between Australia and the US, or just the America in general, I think it's almost a 16-hour, 14 or 20-hour flight. I think it's somewhere in that sort of range, just to get from Brisbane to Los Angeles. I think it's bloody insane. Jeez. I know I said this earlier in the video, but I just end up rambling on, don't I? I think it's a good thing, but it just ends up making these really, really long vlogs, doesn't it? This is 30 minutes. Anyway, I ramble on a lot. Like when I don't have to focus on a game, I can ramble on forever. I think it's one of those strange traits that I just have. I think. I don't know. It's funny anyway. So I've been Chancellor. If you do like this video, or if you like the vlogs in particular, please like and subscribe. And let me know if you actually do like these vlogs. A few friends of mine have suggested that I do vlogs where I walk around places, or just, like out and about sort of vlogs. I might do those in the future. At the moment, I don't have. I don't think I have. Well, I don't really have a phone actually. Um, you know, to sort of give you guys an idea of what happened to my phone. You can see it pretty darn well. There, I think. Destroyed the screen. I really mean destroyed, so. And if you can guess, this little fun thing that I'm holding here, this is the home and menu button of a Samsung Galaxy S3. You know what I did? I did a pretty good job actually. So this is the phone. If you sort of look, it's towards the bottom. The reflection on it's pretty bad. But you can see basically this button belonged down here somewhere. I sliced it off when I was removing the glass screen. For anyone wondering, actually, it is really, like, these screens, this cost me like 10 Australian dollars. I think that's probably like 6 or 7 US. And it comes with a lot of good stuff, to be honest. Like, it comes with little tools that you need to actually do it. I don't know what all of them are for, but you get all these things. These things are supposed to lift the screen. And I just watched a couple of YouTube videos and I learned how to remove the screen. I just used a hairdryer. But what happened is that towards the end of it, when I was slicing this sort of bottom end, which is where the buttons are, at the very, very edge, the button is actually like applied on the edge, which makes sense. But the video I was watching didn't. They cut like way deeper than I did, and they didn't seem to have cut the button as much as I did. And if you're wondering why I can handle this glass and it's not like breaking apart, you might just be able to see it. The sort of horizontal lines that you can kind of see in the reflection. Oh look, you can actually look at that. You can see me in the reflection there. It looks really strange. I wonder if it's like an almost infinite image. It probably is, but it's too like blue. I don't know why it's so blue. Maybe it's just the way the screen is. But that's pretty cool. Yeah, so my phone, it wasn't a bad attempt at fixing a glass screen. I've bought the buttons to fix the buttons. They haven't arrived yet, but it's sort of like one of those things. I hope I don't break anything else. If I break, well, the only thing I don't want to break is the LCD screen. But replacing the phone screen is actually really easy. I don't know about iPhones, but the Samsung Galaxy S3 and it looks like a lot of the other Samsung phones, because they're generally designed in the same way for the most part. It's very easy to do. You just sort of apply heat, get a sort of sharp object, and you sort of slide it underneath you, and then you just slice it off basically, and it works like a charm. It took me probably, if you're being safe, it takes you a long time to do it because you don't want to shatter the screen underneath your glass protection screen with the LCD display. You break that, and you might as well buy a new phone. Like, it's you'll know if you broke it, by the way, just in case you think that you could replace your screen. If you turn on your phone and it typically happens with iPhones. If you drop an iPhone, you'll see typically you've got your glass film screen will be cracked, and then underneath, if you try and power it on, it will be all the image underneath is really, really badly distorted. Like you'll see those things, and it's like the pixels that you just have dead pixels. You have like pixels that aren't showing the right thing. If that's happened, you've broken the actual display screen, and you cannot replace that easily. And if you do manage that, do not try and do it yourself unless you're very good at this stuff. I wouldn't even do it myself. It's just, well, to be honest, it's actually the only thing that would be important in breaking that you break, but it's just you basically would have to take apart your entire phone, put the screen back in, then you'd also have to replace the glass screen on the LCD screen. So it'd just be a nightmare, but it's not horrible. Again, I've just rambled on more. Anyway, I've been Jamster. If you like this vlog, this is probably the third time I've said this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.